leaves taste good like a beer should.
You said it. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Try a frosty cold glass of Bavarian right away.
That you say? No Boulder Dash or baloney here.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to the Unfiltered Gentleman. No matter how you take your hooch, we've got something ice cold and on tap. Now, serving it to you straight and unfiltered, here are Greg, Scott, and Dan.
Oh, that's right. Welcome in, everybody. It's us. It's the Unfiltered Gentleman. Thanks for joining. Thanks for drinking along. I am Greg. Over there is the careful artist, Scott.
What up?
Very careful of you.
Yes,
and
very careful. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Dan owns the slowest MacBook ever, Dan.
That's right. Yeah, man, this thing, I'm getting tired of it.
Uh-oh.
What's a
Time
MacBook?
for an upgrade.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a computer. It's a Mac laptop.
Oh, I was thinking McDonald's. I don't know.
Oh, no. Yes.
A McBook.
A MacBook, yeah. Uh-huh. Off to a great start, everybody.
Yes.
So welcome in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Shout out to our top listening cities of last week. They were tied in the percentages for top listening cities. First, Woodstock, Illinois. Thank you very much. And
Yeah.
I'm going to mess this one up. Leopoldina, Brazil. Nailed it.
Wow.
Leopoldina, Brazil. Brazil, they speak Spanish, right?
That's right. And Blanca fights out of there.
Who does?
Blanca from Street Fighter.
Oh.
That's all I know about
Oh,
Brazil.
yeah.
Oh, no,
That-
Brazil speaks Portuguese, right?
Yeah, they speak Portuguese.
Portuguese. So,
Okay.
como está, everybody in
Yeah.
Brazil? Como
yeah,
está?
that too. Yeah.
That's all the Portuguese I know because it's almost Spanish. So thank you
matter.
all.
They love us.
Exactly. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Let us know what you're drinking. Tweet at us or something at Unfiltered Gents, or hit us up on the other socials, the Unfiltered Gentleman.
What do they drink in Brazil?
Hopefully beer of
Well,
the
I'm
Brazilian
guessing-
nature.
Yeah. Send us some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a beer with a very finely maintained bikini line.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're drinking down there. Horrible
No
joke,
hair.
everybody.
Don't put any hair in your beer, please.
Exactly. Don't forget, when you're on the grams and all the socials, hashtag show us your beers. Tag us in your beer photos. We want to see them. Don't forget, tag us in your Black is Beautiful photos. We want to see those especially. And for everyone you tag us in, we'll be donating $1 to Campaign Zero. Also, rate and subscribe on Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're getting your pods. Do a little rate and subscription helps other people find the show. All right, a lot to get to today. Of course, we got some beers to talk about, some sports to discuss. Football is back, and some booze news to get through. But really, I'm feeling quite parched. So if you don't mind, I think I'm going to kick things off with a beer of the week.
Grab your libations, pals. It's time for beer of the week.
And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
A beer is what I'm having myself. This is AleSmith Brewing's collaboration with Weathered Souls Brewing. It's for their 25th, for AleSmith's 25th anniversary. It's Diego Antonio IPA. 7.7%, 35 IBUs, and has a 3.9 on Untapped. It says, when two breweries from respective cities named after patron saints collaborate, you know we had to go in hard style. We got down with our homies over at Weathered Souls Brewing Company to make this creative take on a West Coast style India Pale Ale. This beer is blessed with an abundance of both Citra and Nelson Sauvin, which bomb the palate with notes of citrus, mango, and passion fruit. That was a hard word. Diego and Antonio together, now you know we're in trouble. Cheers.
Oh,
Man.
Little throw to Snoop and Dr. Dre.
that's right.
This is a very West Coast IPA. It is dank. Speaking of Dre and Snoop, it is dank. It is sticky icky. I get a little bit of that citrus they talk about, as well as that passion fruit. And there's this weird might not be the term for it, but this bitterness that almost reminds me of like a coffee type of bitterness, not so much like a hop bitterness. It's great though. It's really good. 7.7 is very well covered up. It's a little on the dangerous side. It's clean. It goes down very easily. So if you guys see this can, make sure you pick it up. And the reason the whole patron saints, if you didn't catch on, AleSmith San Diego and Weathered Souls San Antonio. And of course, Weathered Souls is the brewery that came up with the Black is Beautiful collaboration. We had Marcus on the show a couple months ago.
Right. Yeah.
All ties back together. But anyways, if you see this collaboration from two fantastic breweries, grab it. And I believe the other end of this collaboration is Weathered Souls made a dark beer. So be on the lookout for that. I haven't seen that one yet, but hopefully it pops up in the local bottle shops. All right, let's get to talking over
Have a
here.
grievance to share? It's time for crotch talk.
Because I'm doing so well at it already.
Crushing talk.
Crotchy talk. Well, not a whole lot going on. I wasn't accosted by any fucking Celtics fans this weekend, so that was an upgrade.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. Got a few people hitting us up on the gram like, so did that really happen? Like, look, I have been known to, add a little hyperbole to stories just to make them a little more exciting for the audio format. That is exactly how it happened. That's how it went down. No one believes me that I looked that guy in the face and said, hey, fuck you, man. So,
You have to believe it because that's how Celtic fans are.
Yeah. Sir Food Savage hit me up. He's like, hey, just listen to the show and fuck Boston fans. I was like, I know,
Definitely.
I get it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're the worst.
Fuck
They're
you,
the worst.
Celtics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always got something smart to say to him usually. So like, I don't mind having a conversation. Just don't get mad when I make you look stupid. Because there was one, I think I was on the way to the old studio one time and there was this dude chilling there with like a Rondo jersey on. And like, he's like, hey man, like he said, like, he goes, you a Laker fan? I go, well, I got my Laker shirt on because I used to wear my Laker stuff all the time in the show. Not. Yeah. Right. He was like, he goes, we got, what do you say? We got 17, you only got 16 or something like that. I'm like, oh, come on, man. And then his buddy was like, I think he was a Laker fan. He was talking shit to him. And I was like, yeah, I go, but you guys won like 15 of those when everything was still in black and white. So like, you got to read about them in a library to figure out what happened there. So I don't know. It's just funny. We're kind of going back and forth a little bit.
That's pretty good. Yeah, one guy hit us up and was like, yeah, but you took our trash. You picked up Rondo. And I was like, not by choice, man. I didn't have any say in that pickup. I would have gladly left him on the wayside. What has he done for us lately?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's our backup. He was your all-star, so whatever.
Exactly, yeah. He really is your trash.
I think he's kind of helped us out this year. But
he has, yeah. He's playoff Rondo's a real thing.
Yeah.
I think we'd have been okay without him. I still, no matter what you say about Rondo, all I can think about is the time we were playing them, I think it was in the finals, and he gets carried by Paul Pierce and someone else I think it was Garnett, to the back, and this is after the game was over, and everyone's like, oh my God, Rondo's being carried back. What happened? And the reporters catch up with him in the locker room, like, Rondo, what's going on? Why'd they have to carry you? He's like, oh, my feet were sore.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, typical Rondo.
Yeah, I remember he got elbowed in the chin by Ron Artest or something like that. And like he made up a story that he needed like 18 like stitches because that's how many championships they would have won had they won.
Oh, geez.
And really he only needed like 4 or 5 or something like that. So
right.
It was obviously
chin check, homie.
Yeah,
chin check.
Kind of ridiculous when he did that.
So anyways, no accosting by Boston fans. Did do a little brewery hopping this weekend. Went kind of through the valley a little bit. Started at Five Threads. Picked up a few bottles at Five Threads. Of course, we've had Tim, owner of Five Threads, on the show way early on. First 20 episodes, actually. And then made our way over to 818 Brewing. Had those guys on the show before. And picked up a few of their offerings. And then made our way over to Cellador Ales, which, if you're familiar with the LA area at all, is in Van Nuys. They used to not be open to the public. They were membership only, and you had to be a member to get their beer. There was no tasting room or nothing. And then I probably have my dates wrong, but a year, maybe 2 ago, they kind of opened up to the public and got to try them. And they are, well, first of all, you guys would not be a huge fan. They're doing all wild fermented and spontaneous fermented ale, a lot of sours. So went over with Nicole, Ice Cold Beer from the Booze League, and we're really excited because they posted one that said, posted on the ground, they said, hey, this beer we're releasing to the public today. It's normally only available to our members. And they described it, and it sounded phenomenal. It's a sour with peach, and just, it sounded so good. We're like, we're on our way. And they didn't have bottles. Like, you had to bring a growler to get it filled. And so we walk in there, and she's like, I want a growler fill of this one, and this bottle, and this bottle. And as they're filling up her growler, I find the menu finally. I was like, holy shit, Nicole, did you see this? And I point, the growler fill, 64 ounces, was $56.
Oh, my God.
I was like, holy shit. We're talking almost $1 an ounce here.
Wow.
God damn.
Yeah. So The good news is it was really delicious.
It better be.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, man, how disappointing could that have been? She's like,
No
YOLO,
shit.
hope it's a good one. And
Oh
then
my God.
yeah, we picked it up, took it back. We got a couple other more reasonably priced bottles as well. I mean, it's one of those things like, what do you do? The guy was already filling up by the time we saw the menu.
You can't
Like,
say, hey, I'm a cheap ass. I don't want it
Wait,
anymore.
Yeah.
Stop. I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah, cut this one short. Give us a 3/4 fill. So, yeah, luckily it was really good. So, 818 Celador, 5 threads. It was a nice little trip through the valley. Of course, there's no drinking on site, especially not in Los Angeles County. They're stricter than every other county in California.
Yeah, pretty
If
much.
If you're not producing your own food, you can't have people on site. They don't count food trucks. Every other county, you can have a food truck partner.
That's
with you in the
crazy.
brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA County doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So there was no drinking in, obviously. It was just a pickup to go, but thought we should support some local favorites, and that's what we did, and did a little brewery hopping, and it was delicious.
Nice.
We took our offerings back and watched a little football, and watched a little football, helped Nicole's mom and removed her oven and fixed a gas leak, and then drank some more beer.
Oh, man.
It's quite the Sunday.
Did you guys smell that or what?
Yeah, she'd been smelling some gas and called us over, and so
Gas
we
leak on
pulled
the
out.
stove, or you just like?
Yeah,
lunch
I'd
or
walked by the
whatever?
house. Yeah, I'd walked
Yeah.
by the house. She's like, smells like a gas leak. So we pulled out. She had a pretty old stove. We pulled it out
Oh,
and,
wow.
and found out that, you're supposed to have, this is like so not related to the podcast, but the gas line that comes into the house that connects to the oven usually goes into the, out of the wall, and then there's a flex pipe into the stove.
Right.
And there was no flex pipe. It was a hard pipe
What?
into the
Oh,
stove.
shit.
That's how old it was. We're
That's
trying to get it
gangster.
out.
Oh shit.
Oh, it was so hard to get out of there. Like,
Oh my God.
Big Dick Nick is crawling around in this cupboard trying to reach up, and so we finally get that thing out of there. And then once we do, we realize there's a gas leak in it, and we had to shut off the gas and buy a new fitting for it. And so, and then we got to watch football and drink beer. So
Well,
There you go.
all's well that
Yeah.
ended well, or whatever. So, and nobody had
Happy
to smell my
ending.
gas anymore. Yeah. What about you guys? Anything going on? Football's back.
Yeah, just watching football, getting on that red zone, just checking that out, having some beers again, enjoying Sundays. So,
Hitting that kegerator.
oh yeah, for sure, dude. Got it. Still haven't tapped that out yet, man. I've been pretty generous or thrifty with it, I guess. Depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, they'll last a while.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just nice to see that kind of has been going on so far without hindrance. But knock on wood, because I don't know. I have a feeling something shitty could happen.
Something's bound to happen.
You know what I mean? Because it's like you said, it's like with baseball. They're traveling around. Like that's gonna it's gonna bite them in the ass one of these weeks, I imagine.
Yep. I think the only ones doing it right are hockey and basketball.
Agreed.
What's weird with baseball is they're saying their playoffs will be in the bubble.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but they're traveling around for the regular season. But once we get to the playoffs, we're in the bubble.
That's stupid.
What's up with that?
Have they said what bubble?
They
Right?
didn't say. I didn't read that far along. Probably, but
I mean, go to
yeah.
the Cactus League or something and do other playoffs.
I think
there?
so. I think they were saying like
Yeah.
Arizona or whatever. But
Probably
I don't quote me on that.
How weird.
the
Kinda weird.
coronavirus of the central of the world,
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah. Now is not the time to be in a
Yeah.
bubble in
That's
Arizona.
right. Damn, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay as long as the regular season. Once we get to the playoffs, we gotta like buckle down.
Yeah. I mean, leave it to baseball to fuck this one up.
Yeah, no
Right.
kidding.
And isn't it weird too that like I was watching and like there's like crowd noise like while they're playing, so I guess they're allowed to play like phony crowd noise up to like 0.75 decibels or something. Like, yeah, I think
All
one,
the sports are doing it, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
is that right?
football
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
We were
Okay.
watching a football game. I don't remember which one it was, but they had the crowd noise, and the crowd noise was pumped in so loud as if people were cheering like crazy that it was hard to hear the commentators. And I was like, there's nobody there. You have 100% control
I know.
over what we're listening to. Turn it the fuck down.
Yeah, and and it was funny because like even as like people like the home team was kicking the ball, there was some light crowd noise. I'm like, turn that shit off completely.
Yeah.
Like your offense needs like complete silence to work. Wouldn't it be nice to shut up all those voices asking for tacos or fucking hot dogs and a beer or whatever? Just shut everyone the fuck up while your offense is working, I don't know.
I could be wrong about this, but I don't think it's being piped into the stadium. I think it's just for TV.
Oh, really?
I think so too because I've actually heard a couple of players saying it's kind of boring with there's no sound.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If anybody knows for definite, let us know. But I'm
Yeah, I'm
pretty
not
sure
sure
it's
on that,
just for TV.
So
Yeah.
why would they do that for TV then? Like,
because it's awkward and quiet, and
Yeah.
there's kind of filling the noise a little bit.
Yeah.
you know what's more awkward is hearing all this crowd noise and then looking in the stands. There's nobody there.
Nobody
It's like,
there.
who's making all that fucking noise?
Tell those cardboard cutouts to shut up.
Yeah. It's funny. You're the first person who agrees with me. I've been saying this to people like as we've been watching sports. Like, isn't it weird that you hear people cheering and you don't really think about it, and all of a sudden they kind of like pan out and it's like, oh, who the fuck's cheering? I don't see anybody.
Exactly.
And
It's
everyone's
all
like,
fucking
oh, but it'd be so awkward if they didn't have it. Thank you for finally agreeing with me. I think it's weird that it they either need to not show that the crowd is empty or not have the noise.
Yeah, one or the other.
Because I sit there and I start to get used to it, and then like boom, shot of the stadium. Oh, no one's there. What are we hearing?
Yeah.
It's
just
like
noise.
it's like when WWE used to pump fake crowd noise for when Roman Reigns came out. It's a real thing.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah, back in the day.
The hell you say? I was cheering. I'm just kidding.
At least somebody was. So yeah, it's weird, but yeah, way to go, baseball.
That's right.
Way to make things better.
Or all sports, technically,
Yeah.
yeah.
What else? Anything else going on with you, gents?
Not sports-wise, just a couple of observations I made with the retail establishment that I work at, the Vaughn's grocery store that I'm working at.
Oh, okay. It's no longer a pharmacy.
Oh, no. Yeah, we no longer. Was kind of weird was, okay, for me, I get to the door and I realize, oops, I don't have my face mask. So what do? I go back to the car to get my face mask.
Right.
I've noticed a lot of people, like the last week, they walk in and they go, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot my face mask. And they just keep shopping.
What?
Like, well, what the fuck? Well, then go get it.
Yeah, right.
Idiot.
It's required, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
in your store. Okay.
I can actually, I won't because I'm very non-confronted, whatever it is.
Big word.
Yeah, I'm non-big wordable.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say anything, but they're like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot my face mask." I'm like, but go get it. Hello.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of one of my pet peeves.
That's weird because, I haven't really seen anybody really doing that in the stores. It seems like everybody's kind of following along with the mask and everything now.
I would say like probably 80-90% do, but there's a few assholes that are like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot my face mask. Here, I'll put my T-shirt over my face now." Like,
Yeah, I wonder
if
if you see more of it because you're in the store more than we are. We're only in for like a couple minutes, really.
And we have like this disposable face mask. So I actually had one of the assistant managers the other night. She's like, "Here, we'll take one of these." He goes, "No, I'm okay."
No, you're not okay, bro.
Yeah,
Bro.
that's kind of stupid.
I saw that at Costco a couple times early on, kind of just this thing, like as they were starting to like allow more people into the store, but they were mandating face masks and all that kind of stuff. And like one guy walks up and they're like, hey, you need a mask. He's like, well, I don't have, like it started to get a little testy. He's like, well, I don't have one. They're like, well, you need to have it. He's like, well, I don't have it. I go, oh, well, no problem. Here you go. And then they hand him, I was like, no, kick that fucker out.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
dick. Everybody knows you need a face mask. I mean,
Yeah,
come
because
on.
even while I'm shopping, like there'll be like constant reminders, like reminder, you can't be shopping in here without a face mask and blah 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 and this and that. So I'm like, oh man, like everybody's on top of it. Like it seems like
Yeah,
For the
most
most part.
I've gone as far as walked up to the door and like, oh fuck, my face mask.
Mhm.
Walk all the way back to my car, get my
Yeah.
face mask.
And now
other-
I keep one in my car. Just I leave it there.
Oh
So
yeah,
if I forget
yeah,
to have
same
one in
here.
my
I have,
pocket,
like 3 or 4.
just
Yeah,
don't want to deal with it.
yeah. And with other people, oh, sorry, I forgot my face mask, but I'll keep shopping. That's okay.
Yeah. And if you guys need a face mask, head on over to our shop, the Unfiltered Gentleman Shop. This is a great place to put a plug in there.
There you go.
We got some face masks. We got Stay Hydrated, Drink Local, and Will Remove for Beer. Very appropriate.
Oh, nice.
Go check those out. Yes.
Yeah, I got me a couple of those.
Yeah.
They haven't arrived yet.
Mine either. They're taking forever.
Yeah. it
Hopefully,
takes
don't
a
take as long
time.
when you order. People order them up, and
by the time they get here, it'll be over. But hey,
yeah,
I got one
doubt
for the
that's
next
gonna
one.
be the case. Yeah. Ready for Corona 2. Corona 2. Corona Light. In a can. All right. What else we got here? Old timey word of the week. Proud.
Proud?
If you're proud, apparently you're desirous of copulation.
What the fuck? That's like 3 words I don't know what it means.
What?
You're horny.
Oh.
Yes.
So proud. Like proud to be an American.
Same word.
It makes you randy to be an American. Apparently.
It's going to make you think of that song differently now every 4th of July.
It's true.
Yeah. Think about that when you're watching those fireworks and listening to Proud to Be an American.
Proud to have a blowjob.
Yeah.
So on, so on.
Yeah, copulation, just for those of you out there, copulation, noun, sexual intercourse.
Oh.
Okay.
There's so many words for that. Fornication, copulation.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Sex.
I'm so confused.
Sex, intercourse.
Intercourse, yeah. So anyway, go out there and be proud and loud, everybody.
Indeed.
Oh my
Proud
God.
and loud. All right, let's find out what Scott's drinking over there. What you got?
I got me a good old-fashioned IPA. No, it's not IPA.
No,
I got me
here-
a Black Beauty.
Well, as everyone can tell if they've been listening so far, it's 10%. He's drinking Stone Brewing's collaboration with Weathered Souls. Black is Beautiful. It's an Imperial Stout. 10%, 3.93 and Untapped.
Thank you.
From Stone, they say this Imperial Stout is brewed in support of organizations working to oppose racial injustices. We started with the base recipe provided by Weathered Souls and put our own spin on it with pecans, flaked rye, and partially aging it with bourbon barrels. The result is a fantastic beer when enjoyed fresh, but also made to age beautifully in your cellar. Stone will be making a donation to the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund to help national causes. We also take great pride in partnering with San Diego Loyal FC and their mission to be a force for good in our hometown community, including support for the Association of African American Educators of San Diego. And like I said before, this is a collab with Weathered Souls, as is the beer I'm drinking. And if you tag us in your Black is Beautiful posts on the gram, we'll donate $1 to Campaign Zero. All right, I have not had the Stone one. I've had 7 or 8 iterations so far. Have not had the one from Stone. It just came out a week or 2 ago, I believe. How is Stone's version?
Oh, it's very delicious. It's like it's your stout, but it's really like chocolatey and caramel. Yeah, it's a great beer. 10% IPA, so.
Not an IPA, but yes.
No, it's not an IPA. I'm sorry.
Nope. Imperial Stout.
10%, so it's kicking in.
Yeah.
I think we can underline the fact that it's 10%.
I think it had a couple already.
Italics. Is it pie-like? Is it sweet and desserty or
Yeah.
dry, or-
I mean, it's like kind of like drinking a chocolate caramel bar, but wow, it hit you good.
But it'll
hit you
fuck
good.
your shit up, too.
It will fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, listen to me, okay?
Point proven.
But it's
That's
very
good.
good. It's delicious, yeah.
You should ask more like kind of like probing questions like that, because I feel like all I want to say is my beer tastes good too. But
First of all, I never want to probe either of you guys. No probing, please.
why the hell not? My doctor won't.
Smart man. That's why he's a doctor. All right, very good. Like I said, tag us. Don't forget to tag us in your Black is Beautiful posts. Let's talk a little sports before we move on.
And now, the sports, brought to you by cleaninguptheglass.com.
Whether it's the Baltimore Chop or the 1-2 punch, it's time for sports.
Yes, it is. Well, like we said, football happened over the weekend. It's back. It's here.
Yep.
I don't know what games you guys were excited for. Obviously, I'm a huge 49ers fan, so I was not excited to see them lose.
Man.
Yeah,
Bummer.
Tom Brady fell apart against the Saints.
Oh man, that was pretty funny because my
That was-
brother's like a Bucks fan and he was so like excited about Brady. And then the first possession, he ripped that fucking defense apart, dude. I was like, holy shit! And he fucking went in for the rushing touchdown himself. And I was texting my brother. I was like, hey, check this out. Blah, blah, blah. He's doing good. And then he just like hit me back up in all caps with exclamation marks. Fire the cannons, Brady. He was so excited. And then he fucking fell apart, did the pick six and everything. And oh, man, it was so funny. Poor
It was
guy.
all over from there.
I felt bad for him. But, hey, it's game 1. There was no preseason, no training camp. It's a new offense. Like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that, that game. And he's not playing against the AFC East, who we all know is garbage, and we could field a neighborhood team to beat them. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Yeah, it's a much better division now.
yeah, definitely. Saints are a lot better. They're a step up from the fucking Dolphins or the fucking Bills or the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, Brady, for the most part, up until this year, kind of had a bye week every week up until the playoffs. and now he's actually going to have to play his way up until the postseason.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be a lot tougher for him.
Yeah.
Well, my post Phillip Rivers Chargers just dominated the Bengals.
That's right.
Wasn't it like, didn't they lose and it was a super low score?
They actually, the Chargers won, but they lucked
they
out
win?
because the kicker, it looked like he got hurt, right? I mean,
The Chargers kicker or?
no, the Bengals kicker.
Oh, that's a change.
He could have tied the game, and it was kind of a weird thing. He's like tripped or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, I did see this.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
Lucy
see that?
came out, was holding the ball
And they
for
had
him. And pulled it
Yeah,
over.
they had to
kinda
help him out of the
weird.
game.
They
and-
actually kind of really got a lucky win on that.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
weird.
we'll take it.
Yeah, take what you can get.
That's right. We're Super Bowl bound.
And speaking of Tom Brady, his former team, led by Cam Newton, looked
Look
pretty good.
They
I mean,
look
I know it's the
good.
Dolphins, but
Against the AFC East.
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? There's the difference right there. They
Yeah.
should've, you know, let Tom play in his old division. The Buccaneers will kill it. They'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was the Dolphins, but it was a good start after what we saw last out of camp.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But he's probably like, hey, this is a lot easier than the Saints. All right.
Yeah. Why didn't I go to this division years ago?
Yeah, no kidding.
Brady was so smart.
Uh-huh.
A little baseball. Wow. Been drinking what Scott's got. Dodgers over in baseball news. Dodger fans met the Astros bus the other day as they were driving up to Dodger Stadium with signs and trash cans.
There you
And
go.
we're banging on trash cans as the Astros drove by. And a lot of people had free Joe Kelly shirts on and signs and that sort of thing. And as Joe Kelly drove up in his black Porsche, he started honking and waving at people and stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah, let's just say it. Joe Kelly's the man. Free Joe Kelly.
That's right.
And it was so weird when they're banging the trash cans, the Astro hitters start swinging bats.
Right, it was weird. They just got
It's
up.
just kind of like,
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you
man.
guys swinging at? We just heard the sign.
Yeah, good for them, man. Because, you know, they're so fucking lucky that this shit happened and they don't got to go on this fucking road trip of, you know, we all hate the fucking Astros, you know, every game. Every time they go to a different stadium, get booed. Go to a different stadium, get booed. Like, they so missed out because of this whole COVID thing.
They're getting half
the
the games, way less travel.
Yeah, they had to get something. So I'm glad some fans showed up and gave them their what for, you know?
Yeah, they deserve
needed
it.
They deserve it.
And I keep saying, no pitcher would aim for an Astro player if Major League Baseball had taken some sort of action. This is 100% baseball's fault.
That's right.
Manfred should have done something.
Joe Kelly is my hero. I mean, he did, and he's talking shit about him ever since. And
Nice swing, bitch.
yeah, that was so great.
And then finally, a little basketball news. Lakers, thank God, beat the Rockets. I just could not have lived with myself. They could have lost to anybody else in the playoffs, and I would have been okay with it. Just not the Rockets. James Harden, I've said it enough, is everything that's wrong with basketball.
That's right.
And to make things even better, the Clippers are absolute choke artists.
Hey, they're doing their best out here. I hope they get bounced out by the Nuggets.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out tonight, I guess, when this airs.
2 games in a row, they had a 15 and 16-point lead and blew it and lost. And lost big time.
And they
I watched the game
talking
yesterday.
shit.
Yeah, I watched the game yesterday, and they blew that 16-point lead and lost by like double digits.
It was awesome.
It was embarrassing.
I'll say when I was prepping for the show, I came across an article that was talking about Phil Jackson still as a Lakers coach. They had audio of him in the huddle with the Lakers against the Celtics, and it was like game whatever of one of the finals, 44 seconds to go, and the audio is him yelling at his guys, hey, nobody loses more games in the fourth quarter than the Celtics. And this was a Doc Rivers coach Celtics.
Oh, shit.
And here we are, Doc Rivers coached Clippers, losing a bunch of games in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Doc Rivers, not a good coach.
That's interesting, too, because the Nuggets have kind of been a fourth quarter team, it seems like. You know, they kind of they would come from behind on the Jazz, too. So, like, you know, it seemed like they would be, like, down and out, and all of a sudden they come back up. So, yeah, this is kind of a nightmare matchup then for the Clippers, if that's the case.
Yeah, they keep fighting. They don't give up.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, so we'll see. We got, as this drops, one game tonight, and then we'll know who the Lakers are playing. And on the East, I believe is it Celtics in Miami?
Yeah, Celtics in Miami. Yeah. That's going to be a good one because both those teams are kind of devoid of like a real superstar, but like they all play together. It's very well coached to play defense. They take smart shots, it seems like. So I don't know. They're going to be a good series to watch. And I will say, I got to co-sign with you about the fucking Rockets, man. Like, even a lot of those games of that series, I had to fucking turn it off. Like, I couldn't stand, like, not only were the Rockets ruining basketball, but I felt like they were ruining the Lakers, too. Like, the Lakers, they, like, benched McGee and Dwight Howard, who was playing so great for us. And they benched them just to play small with these guys. And, yeah, we got the job done. But I really think had we gave them, like, a big lineup, like a giant, and I got to credit my brother. My brother came up with this lineup. Had we played McGee, Dwight Howard at power forward, and then Anthony Davis at small forward, who plays like a forward at this point. The guys, he doesn't want to put his butt in the post and back anyone down. Let him be a small forward then. I was like, dude, that's a great idea. So you imagine them just playing volleyball with the ball and just dunking it eventually, and then the Rockets can't get in the hole, and they're just forced to just shoot threes all day. Like, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. And I was a little disappointed to see that too. I thought we've got one of the best big teams in the league right now, in the Lakers. You guys should be using that to your advantage. I mean, in the end, like you said, it didn't matter. We won.
No, right.
But anyways, I'm excited because this could be a Lakers Celtics championship, or like Dan was saying, like Dan was saying before the show, it could also be LeBron versus former LeBron team in the Lakers Miami championship. So
that's true.
Yeah,
we're part of the narrative, and like when I do my Nostradamus, I gotta say it's 60% or 40% what I know about NBA basketball, and then 60% narrative, really. So like when I get something right, it's because the narrative, I saw it, man. I saw the narrative happening most of the time. So
I think once we narrow it down to 4, once we have the official 4 teams, we're going to need a Nostradamus article to predict the future.
Yeah, I always go back and laugh at all my picks and like, oh yeah, I was totally off on this one. So I've kind of been starting that. I think I'm going to release it like somewhere midway or after the Western Conference Final or the conference final. So yeah, be on the lookout for that one.
Very, very nice. All right, speaking of Dan's picks, let's find out what Dan picked to drink today.
All right, so I'm drinking Institution, keeping it local today. Institution Ale Company's On These Bones, and it's an IPA. It's a 6.8% ABV, 55 IBUs, and it's a 3.92 on Untapped. Nice short description this time. It says, this is the newest addition to our year-round lineup of beers. Flavors of lime, grapefruit, and passion fruit dominate this crisp and refreshing West Coast style IPA. And I gotta say, like, let me switch it back over here so I can see you guys. I was fascinated by the can, and
it's
here's
great
the
looking can.
Yeah, have you seen this?
I've seen the art. I haven't seen it in person yet, but I've seen it online. It's a cool looking can.
It is. Nice, it is a trip, dude. And I gotta say, like, as far as like a local brewery, and there's nothing wrong with it. All these local breweries, it seems like they kind of keep it simple, or they put their brand on there. This seems like it's a little fancy, and I was not expecting that from Institution at all. I thought, maybe a black can that said Institution on it or something, but this was sexy, dude. I was like, it caught my eye right away, and when I found out it was Institution, I was like, oh, I got to get this. So
yeah. For those of you not familiar with Institution, it's out here in Southern California, Camarillo, California, to be exact. Scott used to live just down the street. He would stumble his way there and back.
I used to,
yeah, they have found an artist to do all their can and print stuff, and he is phenomenal. He's doing great work. These cans that are coming out now are really cool looking.
That's right. I'm sorry. It's artwork by Dev O'Reilly, who's at the Dev O'Reilly on the grams.
There we go. I think I follow that guy. I've seen some art coming up. But their cans are really cool. So check out Institution Ales. The real question is, does the beer match the art in deliciousness?
Yeah, I got to say, like, this was kind of like they said, they nailed it with the West Coast style IPA, and that's what you get with that. Like, obviously with IPA you get some like kind of like fruit notes and tastes and stuff like that, but with this one, because it's the West Coast style IPA and it's from that sunny hood of Camarillo, like, dude, like, it's like dank, and I love it.
Nice. I am, sorry, Institution, not always a big fan of Institution's hoppy beers. I think Institution does amazing darks and browns and all that stuff. They are second to none locally. But some of their hoppy stuff leaves a little to be desired on my palate. So I'm glad to hear that that's a good one. Like, they do have some good, like their Mosaic Pale. It's great.
Right.
It's great beer.
I'll co-sign that one too.
but a lot of their IPAs I'm not a huge fan of. I haven't tried this one yet, and I want to pick it up mostly just because the can art's so cool.
Yeah, for sure. That's
I'm
what
glad to hear
my
it's
eye.
good.
Yeah, definitely.
And we've all admitted that we're all very, and especially Dan, guilty of buying beers due to their can arts being awesome.
Yeah, like I said, that was my first reaction was I saw the can art, and then afterwards saw it was the institution. I was like, oh shit, man, I gotta get it, gotta do it.
He loves these cans.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. All right, very nice. Well, go pick it up if you guys are in California. Look out for Institution, and we're gonna look out for classing up this show a little bit. Sweet transition.
Yep.
This one's a classy dame with a great palate. It's Beer Babe of the Week.
It is indeed Beer Babe of the Week. Her name is Deborah, and you can find her on the gram at Beerstagramming. It's perfect. Beerstagramming, all one word. Beer, then S, then tagramming. I think you can figure that out. All one word, no spaces, dots, dashes, nothing like that. In the picture I'm showing the gents, she's over at the Lost Dog Cafe, drinking herself a delicious beer and having some pizza. So nothing wrong with that. It's the Guava Funk American Wild Ale. That sounds delicious.
Damn.
Anyways, and nice shades as well. Anyways, do yourselves a favor. Go follow Deborah on the gram at Beerstagramming. And I think you'll be glad you did.
And she made her own word up too, Beerstagramming.
Well, it's funny. One of the when we post, we always have a series of hashtags that we post with the picture, and Beerstagram is always one of the hashtags that are on there. So a lot of people use that hashtag when they're posting beer pics. So yeah, very funny. I like that, Beerstagramming. All right, let's wrap things up with a little news.
Extra, extra, drink all about it. It's time for booze news.
It is indeed. Boston Beer is going to introduce, you guys are going to be so excited, is going to be introducing Sam Adams Just the Haze non-alcoholic beer.
Just the haze.
Yeah, just the haze, no booze. Unfortunately. Yes.
Fuck that.
Just the haze. Yeah, I know. The great part is Jim Koch, whatever his name is, once said that he would never do that. I may have once said that we would never brew a non-alcoholic beer, but I've learned over the years to never say never, he said. The NA category has been both fascinating to watch and a unique brewing challenge that the Samuel Adams brewers have taken on with pride and ingenuity. Boston Beer said it... What's that?
Since I lost my balls, I decided to do non-alcoholic.
Poor Jim, sans balls.
Yeah.
Boston Beer said it took 2 years to create the full flavor IPA style Sam Adams, and that its staff visited some of the best non-alcoholic breweries, including Germany's Weihenstephanen, to learn about the technology behind the category. The company did not give details on just how the just the haze is brewed, but said the beer contains Sabro, Citra, Mosaic, and Cascade hops.
Interesting. I mean, not gonna partake, but interesting.
I'll pass.
Yeah, sans alcohol means sans Greg.
You know,
correct.
What prompted him to do that?
I think it's kind of like the cool thing, and people are trying it right now.
But why?
I
don't know. Nothing cool about no alcohol.
You know what I'm saying? Who is that demographic?
Apparently,
pussies.
Well, that and youngsters.
Oh,
youngsters.
Apparently, the millennials, the younger millennial crowd, which technically I'm a millennial, but the younger millennial crowd has been getting into these non-alcoholic beers.
Well, okay, wait. Is this the younger millennial crowd?
Kids?
Or is this the generation after us, the millennials, I guess?
It's probably a good mix of the younger millennials and the iGens.
Now, that's what they're called, the iGens. That's right.
iGens, yes, because it's all about I.
That's right. Oh, I thought it was kind of a play on iPod or an iPhone and all that.
I think it is.
iPod.
I think it's also played...
Only millennials know what an iPod is.
It's also a play on their narcissism.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
What's an iPod?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Scott still hasn't gotten his first one.
Yeah.
You missed that whole thing.
Yep. What else? Oh, speaking of Sam Adams and Boston Beer is going to launch Truly. They have the Truly cider or hard seltzers. They're going to launch Truly iced tea hard seltzer in January. Yes. And one final one for Sam Adams. Sam Adams Beer Magnet, Jim Koch, debuts on the Forbes 400. So he's a rich, rich man. When bars and restaurants shut down across the United States in March, a key source of revenue for brewers suddenly went ice cold. Shares in Anheuser-Busch, the largest beer maker in the world, fell by 35% from January 2nd to July 24th. Oof. But Koch's, somebody's got to tell me how to say that right. Crotch's Boston Beer Company moved into the complete opposite direction. Its stock surged by more than 120% over the same period, driven by a huge spike in demand for its hard seltzer and alcoholic iced tea brands. Coach, Crotch, whatever his name is, who hails from a long line of brewers in Cincinnati, Ohio, owns 26% of Boston Beer Company's stock, worth about $2.3 billion on July 24th, when Forbes took a snapshot of his net worth. For the Forbes 400, Forbes estimate his total fortune is somewhere around $2.6 billion with a B dollars. Oof. Sucks to be him, right?
That's a lot of dough.
That's a lot of dough and a lot of zeros at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra Nevada has announced that they will remain closed to guests until at least early 2021.
Wow.
No going to Sierra Nevada to drink.
Fuck. That's interesting that, they can kind of take that kind of a hit there.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. And so you'd be able to do to go and pick up in stores, obviously, because they're widely distributed.
That's true.
But I'm sure it's easier for a big brewery like them, who is widely distributed.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, I bet it's easier to know that you're going to do this and kind of plan for it. Just say, look, 6 more months at least, and we're not going to allow people in. We're going to do this, this, and that. I bet it makes it easier for planning for them.
That's true. And I think, like you said, being widely distributed, that's a big tipping point for them, where they're like, we were making money this way anyway, so let's just kind of close it down and open it back up when it's friendly.
Right. I mean, could a small local brewery pull that off? That probably not nearly as easy.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
So they kind of have that advantage to them.
Mm-hmm.
Firestone Walker brings back a classic, Double Jack Double IPA.
Nice.
If you remember, it was discontinued in 2016. If you're anywhere on the West Coast, you've had Double Jack before. Discontinued in 2016. They're bringing it back briefly as people have been clamoring and asking for it on the grams and all over social media. So make sure you look out for Double Jack Double IPA while it's available. If only we can get them to bring back Pale 31. Come on, Firestone.
That's right.
We all know you listen to the show.
And Newcastle needs to bring back a werewolf blood ale. I'm telling you, man, I've been missing out on that. They haven't brought it back in like 3 years probably, and I've been dying every year. I'm like, come on, it's Halloween. Give me my fucking werewolf beer, and they won't fucking do it. I don't know what their fucking stick is up their ass, but they won't do it, man.
Fucking sticks up their ass.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like, what better drink to have while watching Wolf Cop than werewolf beer?
That's true. What's the one that AleSmith does? The My Bloody Valentine Ale or whatever?
Oh, yeah, they do that one, but they also do for Halloween, they do Evil Dead Red Ale.
That's the one I'm thinking
of. With all the zombie hands and everything on the bottle. Oh, that's such a sexy beer.
Might be a good one to enjoy during Wolf Cop as well.
That's true.
You used to give that away for Halloween.
That's smart, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can't give that away. Put that in the bags. Yeah, that's right. You got to save that for yourself.
That's
now that I imagine there won't be like a lot of Halloween parties this year.
That's what I'm hearing, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I thought
maybe it'll be the year that I watch Wolf Cop. I've got no excuse not to at this point. I've been putting it off for way too long.
That's true. And, I was thinking about that too. Like, I can finally just kind of kick back and watch a movie on Halloween and not have to worry about someone knocking at my door asking for candy this year. Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
I tell you, we get 0 people at my house.
Is that right?
Every year the wife's like, we better buy candy. I was like, what the fuck for?
Yeah.
It's like, we're just going to have a bunch of candy left over. The most we've ever gotten since we moved into this location is 2 people. And they were together.
Well, it's the same with us. Even before the place we lived before and now where we live now, nobody comes. So I just buy the candy I like and say, okay, if they come up, give them this. And they don't. So now I got some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I trust that, COVID enough to just stay home and watch TV and not worry about people knocking on my door.
I'd be surprised if people come knocking.
Yeah, I would too.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Especially this year.
Mm-hmm. And I'll leave you with this one. Molson Coors launches Keystone Light cans with augmented reality. So they're putting out these orange cans. It says, step 1, find the elusive orange can. Consumers can find an orange Keystone Light can available in a variety of big game hunt packages.
Oh, shit.
Scan the QR. Yeah, it's all about hunting. Scan the QR code on the can. Consumers will simply open the camera app on their phone. However, the QR code located on the can. Click the notification tab, launch the browser, unlock the augmented reality experience. Consumers will follow the prompts on their screen and come face to face with one of our 4 unique augmented reality animals. So, in case you don't get sick enough from drinking Keystone, you can now get extra sick as you try to do a little virtual reality with it.
All right.
Is that what that is? I'm like, what's an augmented animal?
Yeah, so I've never had it with beer, but we've had a few wines that have like a augmented reality on them, and you download their app or whatever, and then when you shoot your camera on your phone at the wine bottle, it shows little things going on the labels and that stuff.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of like, you ever seen a $5 bill? You ever seen a $5 bill on weed?
It's exactly what it is.
Oh, man. So you get to see the guy hiding in the bush and everything. And
Yep.
wow.
Yeah,
That's a trip.
I cannot remember the winery that we did this with, but it was like kind of like a spooky themed winery, and they had this like really eerie tree on their label, and so when you pointed your phone at it, like shadows would come out from the tree.
Wow.
It was really cool.
That'd be really weird if you were high, too.
Oh my God. You ever done augmented reality on weed?
Exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's scary.
Yeah, that'd freak you out. So, yeah, go get those Keystone Light cans and barf your brains out, because I'm sure that'll just not be what anybody needs.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, that's all we got. Thanks everybody for listening and for joining. And we're sorry that Allie could not make it tonight. She had better things to do
Than this?
Yeah.
What?
Monday Night Football.
That's right. That's exactly what it was.
sure
She had to
that's
go
what
watch her
happened.
team. Yeah, she's a big Giants fan.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
she heard I
Who
was going to
isn't?
call out, and she was like, no, you're not.
Yeah. No, just kidding. She couldn't make it tonight, but she'll be back next week. So thank you all for listening. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to find us at theunfilteredgentleman.com. And like we said, new masks. Click on the shop button there.
Yeah,
as well
get
as
some.
as well as the fanny packs. Don't forget the fanny packs.
Your
I don't
mask
think I-
holders.
Yeah, your mask.
Mask
I don't think I
holders,
told
yes.
you. We had one person order a fanny pack so far.
All right, let's out them completely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to know who it is. Let
That's
us
right.
know if you're the fanny pack orderer.
Take a
We-
picture of it. Put mask
Yeah.
holder.
Please.
Hashtag mask holder.
Yeah, take a picture. Of course,
Right.
we'll repost and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let us have it. Find us on the socials. The Unfiltered Gentleman, except for Twitter at Unfiltered Gents. I think that's everything. Oh, call us 805-538-BEER 2337. Leave us a voicemail. That's everything from us. Hope everyone's staying very well hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.